Did you know that confident people aren't any less scared than you and I? They just have a completely different relationship with fear. I used to think that confidence meant never feeling nervous, never doubting yourself, never wanting to run away from uncomfortable situations. But it turns out I had it completely wrong. So I've been thinking a lot about confidence lately because in few weeks I'm doing something that really terrifies me. I'm actually stepping out of my comfort zone. I'm celebrating my birthday completely alone at a nice restaurant for the first time in my life. And honestly, just thinking about it makes my stomach drop. Like, it's so scary. But here's what I've been learning while preparing for this. You see, confidence isn't what we think it is. And once you understand what it actually is, everything will change. Let me break this down. Now, most people think confidence is this thing where you either have it or you don't. Most people believe like some people are just born with it and the rest of us are just, screwed. But that's not how it works. There's this concept in psychology called the confidence competence loop. Now, yes, I know you're like psychology again. Yes, if you've watched my, last 2 or 3 videos, I am in love with psychology. I just like to understand why things are the way they are. So basically, about it's telling you that you don't get confidence and then do the thing. You do the thing badly, then you do it again, slightly less badly, and then you become confident. It's backward from what we've been told about confidence. Think about it. The first time you rode a bicycle, you fell, you weren't confident about it, but you did it anyway, probably because you were a kid and you didn't really overthink it. And by the 100th time, you weren't even thinking about balance anymore. The confidence came after the repetition, not before you started. But the interesting part is that there's actually a difference between what researchers call trait confidence and state confidence. So basically, trait confidence is your baseline, how you generally feel about yourself across different situations. Now, state confidence, on the other hand, is situational, how you feel in specific moments, doing specific things. And this is crucial because you can have low trait confidence but high state confidence in certain areas. I had to bring this in because I feel like we need to know this before going about the concept of confidence. I want to be confident and all of that. I feel like you need to have the foundational knowledge, and that is why I'm bringing this to you. So maybe you are terrified of public speaking, but completely confident in the kitchen or somewhere else, or you're anxious in, you know, social situations, but fearless when you're creating something else. Maybe you're fearless when you're, creating art or, something else. Now, what most of us are actually chasing isn't confidence, it's certainty. We want to know that we won't fail, that we won't be judged, that we won't look stupid while trying that thing that makes us question if we are confident or not. But confidence doesn't eliminate those possibilities. Confidence doesn't eliminate those possibilities of being judged or being looked as stupid. It just means that you are willing to face them anyway. You don't care what anybody thinks. You don't care if you look stupid or not. That is what confidence is. Confidence is not thinking or having that certainty that you're not going to look stupid or you're not going to be judged. Confidence is knowing that you might be judged anyway, but you don't care. There's a research showing that confident people actually experience the same psychological anxiety responses as everyone else. Those racing hearts, sweaty palms, tight feeling in your chest, feeling of Everybody's looking at me. Everybody's looking at me. Everybody's staring at me. But the difference is how they interpret those signals. Understand that everybody feels the same way. The people you think are confident and those you don't think are confident, they all feel the same way. But the output lies in how they translate these signals. Non confident people think, oh my God, I'm anxious. Something is wrong. I should stop this. But confident people, on the other hand, they think, yes, I'm anxious, but this matters to me and I'm going to do it anyway. It's the same body response, but completely different meaning assigned to it. It's like your body is giving you neutral data and your brain decides if that means danger or excitement. Now, in relation to this confidence we are talking about, you can actually train yourself to interpret those signals the right way. Athletes do this all the time. I feel like even celebrities backstage, those people you see doing those things that you're scared of doing, they do this all the time. That's pre-nervousness, that nervousness they get before they face those things that they're about to face. They've learned to label it as I'm ready instead of oh my god, I'm scared. It's the same feeling, but just a different framing. So when I think about sitting alone out at a restaurant on my birthday, my heart races, like it does. But what if it means I'm about to grow? What if it means I'm about to do something different that would give me a new experience and allow me grow outside my comfort zone? Here's another thing that nobody talks about. Confidence isn't constant. You can feel confident in the morning and completely doubt yourself in the afternoon. It fluctuates based on your energy, your environment, who you are around, what you ate, how much sleep you got. All these things matter. We treat confidence like it's supposed to be this solid, permanent thing, but it's more like the weather, you know. Some days it's sunny, some days it's rainy, some days it's cloudy. It doesn't mean you're broken when it's cloudy. It's just the reality of being a human being. And once you understand this, you cannot mess it up. You might be in a situation, maybe in a public place, in a social gathering or whatever it is, and you feel like everybody is watching you. That is what psychologists call the spotlight effect. You feel like you are on the spotlight. Now, studies show that we overestimate how much people notice our appearances, our mistakes, awkwardness by about 200%. And that's really crazy. Like you think someone is staring at you. Meanwhile, they are too busy thinking about their own problems. When you walk into a room thinking everyone is watching you, they are probably not watching you. They are too busy worrying about themselves and whether other people are watching them. You see the craziness behind this? So when I walk into that restaurant alone, my brain will tell me everyone is staring, everyone is judging. But statistically, realistically, most people won't even notice me when I step inside there. And the ones who would notice me will forget about it before they even finish their own meal. We've been told that confidence means being loud, taking up space, never showing weakness. But some of the most confident people I know are quiet. They don't need to prove anything because they are not trying to convince you. They are just existing in their own truth. They don't care about what you think. Real confidence isn't I'm better than you. It's I'm okay being me, even when that's uncomfortable. There's this researcher, Amikudi, Amikodi, I just hope I pronounce it well, who talks about presence versus confidence. She says that what we're actually seeking is the ability to be genuinely present and authentic in high pressure situations, not performing confidence, but actually being grounded in ourselves. And the way you build that is through small acts of courage, not one giant leap, tiny steps. outside of your comfort zone over and over again. Which brings me back to my birthday dinner. This isn't about proving I'm confident. It's about doing something that scares me because growth lives on the outside of my comfort zone. Growth is on the other side of comfort. I think that's how they say it. It's about discovering if I can be okay with just myself without needing external validation or distraction. And the truth is, I don't even know if I'll feel confident when I walk in there. Honestly, I probably won't. I don't know. But I'm learning that confidence isn't the prerequisite for courage. Courage creates confidence. If you're not courageous, you can't do what will make you confident. You can't do something that, you know, questions if you're confident or not. You don't wait until you feel ready. You do it while you are scared. And somehow, in the middle of doing it, you realize you're handling it well. And that's when confidence starts to build. You cannot mess this up. Like, this is just how it works. So, here is something practical you can try. Next time you're nervous about something, don't try to eliminate that nervousness. Instead, acknowledge that nervousness and, you know, tell yourself that you're going to go ahead anyway. That simple reframe can change everything because you're no longer at war with your own feelings. You're acknowledging them and moving forward regardless. That is basically what confidence is all about. It's not some rocket science. It's not something you're born with or something you're not born with. It's just simple psychology. Another thing is confident people, fail all the time. You might not know this. They just don't let their failure mean something permanent about them or about who they are. It's not like they never mess up. It's just that they don't let it define them. So, in a couple of weeks, I'm going to document this whole experience, the nervousness before, the awkwardness during, and whatever transformation happens after. Not because I'm already confident, but because I'm choosing courage even before confidence. I'm actually being courageous enough to try it to see if I can be confident. And maybe you would see that you don't really need to feel ready to do the thing you've been avoiding. You just need to reframe the fear and take that very first step. Because the truth is, everyone who has ever done something meaningful, they did it while they were scared. They just decided that their desire for growth was bigger than their fear of discomfort. And that's exactly what I'm learning. That's what I'm choosing. If there's something you've been putting off because you don't feel confident enough, this is your reminder that confidence isn't the starting point. It is the destination you reach by starting. What's your thing? What have you been, avoiding because you're waiting to feel ready? Let me know and maybe we could figure it out. And if you want to see what really happens when I actually do this restaurant thing, stick around. Trust me, stick around because I'm about to put everything I just said to the test. Thank you so much for being here and listening to me. I hope to see you in my next one and bye for now.